I try to be a pretty positive person. I do. Because, man, I don't know, if you ever that person in your life that's like the bigger bummer, like maybe you've been friends since childhood, so you're kind of stuck with them, but they're just like the biggest bummer ever, every day of your life. You know, you're like, hey, the sun's out, it's a nice day, and they got, no, this sucks, or this is wrong, or that's flawed, or that one little thing ruined my whole day, you know. And the kind of people that wake up first thing in the morning, they're just like, every day life sticks it in your ass. Unless that's what you're into, on those days, every day life doesn't stick it in your ass. Like a full service, just, you know, angry, bitter person. They cover all the bases, right? Because I sort of like them, and I finally like just really hit a breaking point with them one time. So we're walking out of the mall. It'd been raining all day, and it stopped. We walk out, and there's this big puddle in the gutter, and floating in the middle of it, there was like a baby shoe, about this big, all scuffed up, beat up, just floating there. And he was like, "Oh, see, I was having a good day till I saw that." I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure it's not yours. What's the problem? And he's like, but I just thought that some baby lost their shoe, man. That's got to be awful. What if these people don't have a lot of money? They can't buy another shoe. Then you got one shoe baby sitting around your house. You know, and the parents kind of resenting it as a constant reminder of how broke they are. The one shoe baby, the baby doesn't understand but feels the resentment, grows up to have a bitter, horrible life because of it. And I'm like, are you serious? Why do you always have to go to the worst place ever? Like, maybe this isn't a bad story. Maybe nobody lost the baby shoe. Maybe they threw it away, like they got a one-legged baby or something. Put a positive spin on it. Yeah, you know, you're on the freeway, you see the garbage bag, it's all lumpy, everybody's like, oh shit, there's a chopped up body in there. I'm like, lighten up, will you? Maybe it's not chopped up. Maybe it's not even a person. Maybe it's like somebody threw out some puppies or something. I don't know. Lost the ladies again. Boom. Okay. I know, I'm terrible. I saw coconut M&Ms in a machine the other day. They're just reaching now, aren't they? It's like a dare thing now. It's like they're sitting in the lab going, I'm gonna make Meow Mix M&Ms and people are gonna fucking eat them. Because they haven't yet. I might try them, I don't know. They might be delicious. Okay. Alright, here we go. Strap in. Nobody did any drug jokes tonight. We're in a freezing basement. People aren't doing yeah. I don't have a lot, right? Because I'm old. I've pretty much aged out of most of that, except for some booze. Like once a year I forget what happens the next day, and I have some drinks. Yeah, because that's the thing. When you get older, like Andrew was talking about his hangovers and stuff. Like that's what I've always said is I go, oh, I can still party. We could destroy this town tonight, and I'll keep up. But what I've noticed each year goes by, it's the recovery time that gets longer and longer. Yeah, like I'm firmly in Jesus territory. Right? 3 days, rise from the dead. That's me. But I do. I have. Thank you. 3. The groan. That's the best thing ever. I mean, I like that you laugh and you clap when someone's like, oh, it's almost like I satisfied you a bit. Which is really bizarre. But I like it. So I don't have a lot of drunk jokes, but here's 3. We're going to do three marijuana jokes for those of you that are feeling underserved tonight. Number 1. I have a friend who works in human resources at a company here in the Twin Cities. And if you're job hunting, she has a great tip for you based on a true story. Because you gotta admit, job hunting's better. It's not better, like, easier to find a job right now, but it's easier to look than it was, say, 10 or 15 years ago because of the internet. Because now you email your resume and it takes you like 2 seconds. But here's the tip based on her true story. If you're gonna email your resume to a prospective employer, make sure your email address is not something like more weed for me. I wonder if this gentleman's going to be on time for the interview. We'll have to have that talk about cutoffs not being business casual. And by the way, they're not going to believe you used to work at a garden supply store and that's why that's your email address. Also the true story. Here's the second one. If this goes well, the third one's really weird, so I might skip it, but here's the second one. Imagine I'm older, right? I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot of cultural changes. Here's a big one. Everybody now today, pretty much, I would say the go-to euphemism is weed, right? Weed. Here's some weed jokes. Gonna buy some weed, sell some weed, let's smoke some weed, man, let's do it. Everybody's weed, right? We all know what we're talking about. But I'm old enough to remember the 1970s, and nobody called it weed. Everybody called it grass. Smoke some grass, man. Some good stuff. And I started to wonder when I thought about that one day, I'm like, did the languages change? It does sometimes, or was the stuff in the 70s a little bit better than it is today? And it devolved, you know? Like there was some line where somebody was like, oh, God! Oh, that's awful. You cannot call that grass. That is weed. That is. We are smoking weeds. Let's get this shit out of your lawn. What is this? And I thought, well, if that is the case, was there something before my time, like in the early 60s, that was even better, that was called like flower arrangement? And where are we headed to then, right? 10 years from now, it's a little bit of the worst quality. Somebody's like, hey, let's duck out back and fire up some AstroTurf. 20 years, it's called bar carpeting. Dive bar carpeting. Well, that went pretty well. So we're going to do the third one. Yes. Now I feel like a challenge. It's like, well, if this doesn't go, I'm going to feel like a complete dick. All right, here we go. You're with me. I like that. I have this idea. I've never seen this done. I want to try it. If I ever get the funds, if I ever get the seed money, if you will, I want to create this product. I want to do a line of smoked meats, but I want to use marijuana smoke in the box instead of barbecue mesquite, whatever wood chips. I want to use. Here's why. Because I have a great marketing idea for it. Like, here's the commercial. I got some cool guy walking up to the camera, and he's like, "Hey, man." Anybody can bring brownies to a party. That's kind of lame, right? But wait till you show up with your Hampshire Farms baked ham. You can sell it right in the meat case. No one would know. Imagine taking that bad boy to Easter dinner. Just watch Grandma pound the water. Hey, while the kids aren't for the eggs, let's put on some Bob Marley. Hell yeah, Grandma, let's do it. You gotta be thinking, I can't get any weirder than that. Yes! Because I bounced that idea off a friend of mine, he goes, oh, that would be great. Here's another feature I'm sure you haven't thought of. If the drug-sniffing dogs are all over your brownies, everybody knows that story. You're busted, you might as well give up. But if they're going after your ham, you might be able to talk your way out of that one. Well, come on, officer, it's a ham. I mean, he's a dog, right? Big old tasty ham. Wait, he's what? He's a Jewish police dog? Well, shit, I'm busted. That's a hell of a disguise. He's a German Shepherd, for crying out loud. Can you do that? Dressing a cop up like a hooker. That's... You people are kind of twisted. I like that.